We will start soon. Actually, there was an issue with the link, so we will start here soon. Sorry for the delay. Actually, there was an issue in the link. So let's start. Assalamu alaikum and hello to everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining this session. So before we start, let me introduce myself. So I am Sultan Sheikh, basically from Pakistan, and currently I am doing PhD at Hamad Bin Khalifa University, Qatar. So the main objective of this session is to help you people. I got a lot of questions in email, social media regarding HBKU admission and scholarship. So I decided to go live to help you people. So now floor is yours. You can ask question whatever you want. I will try my best to answer your queries. And the people who are watching this session for the first time and they heard HPKU name for the first time, I would suggest them just to go to and check the playlist of HPKU on my YouTube channel, Accelerate to Achieve. I'm also going to paste the link of that playlist so that you can check it later on. And if you have another question, you can ask me. Floor yours. You can ask whatever you want to ask regarding HPK admission and scholarship. So, Sajib, if I pronounce your name correctly, can you please share about Islamic study and international relation or global affairs? So, can you please tell me in which program you are interested? If you are talking about master's or PhD scholarship, can you please clarify so that I can guide you properly? And another question: until you reply, that whether you are applying for the master's or PhD, then I will try to answer your question. Is GRE required? Again, if you are applying for the master's, GRE is not required. If you are applying for PhD, then GRE is a compulsory. Okay, depending upon the program in which you are applying, you have to submit the GRE accordingly. If you are applying for the master's and you don't have the GRE, that's fine. But if you are applying for the master and you have the GRE, you have more plus point actually. But it is not compulsory for the masters, but for PhD it is compulsory. So another question is that how can I get admission for PhD in sustainable environment? As I mentioned already at the start of the session, If you want to ask me a whole procedure, you can check the playlist. I'm going to paste here soon. But I'm going to give you the tips shortly. So you have to just apply. You don't have to think about the funding right now. You have to just submit your application. And for the submitting application, you need a application form, you need your documents, bachelor as well as a master's. You need GRE as you're applying for the PhD. And then you need three recommendation letters, and you need a statement of interest. And that's it. You have to apply, and the deadline for international applicants is 1st February 2023. So you can apply accordingly, and you can watch the playlist in the detail. So you are asking regarding the masters. So here you don't have the GRE actually because you are applying for the master. You don't need GRE. And regarding Islamic study and international relation or global affairs, you can check the colleges. There are 6 colleges. Okay, College of Health and Life Sciences, College of Public Policy, College of Health and Life Sciences, College of Humanities and Social Sciences. So depending upon in which college these programs are live, you have to apply there, and you have to check the result. There is no any particular dates about it. So again, when the result will be announced, so this is the very difficult question, I would say. Actually, there's no any dates for the announcement of the result, and it varies from college to college, vary from professor to professor as well. Nowadays, university is off. There's no any classes, so the new semester going to be start on 8th of January, and after that, the deadline for international applicants is 1st February 2023. So make sure you have to keep that thing in your mind that you will get the result, of course, after the deadline. Okay, and the session for which you are applying which is going to be start in the August. So you can get the result between that duration from I would say from February to August. Okay, so at any time you can get the results. There's no any particular dates about it. As I mentioned, it depends upon the college as well as the professor. Okay. Another question we have: can I apply for PhD before my MSc completion? Yes, you can apply. It depends again because, as I mentioned just now, that new semester for which application is currently open is going to start in August. If you can complete your master's degree before that duration, yes, you can apply for PhD. And I would suggest you that give the proof of your MSc that you should get the enrollment certificate from your university, which mentioned that that this is our student and it is going to his or she is going to complete her masters or his masters before August or before June, July, something like that. Then you are good to go. You can apply for the PhD. Another questions we have. So what is the ratio of getting full funded scholarship? Actually, there's again no criteria. There's a we don't know about the number of seats and also the ratio. So I would say that it depends actually. It depends upon that how much funding university have, and the professor have whether projects or not. So it depends actually. We can't say how much ratio. There's no any clear answer to this question actually. So we have another question. What is the living cost at HBKU, and is the stipend will be enough to live a good life? Yes, of course, it is one of the great, I would say, scholarship in which you can live easily and good life, and you can also bring your family. And if I talk about a single person, if you are single, if you are because it depends upon your living style. So maximum 1,000 riyal, because you will get the if you are getting the fully funded scholarship, then you will get the accommodation, you will get the annual fare ticket, and you don't have to, you have to only pay for your food actually. So I'm talking about the food. If you are getting fully funded scholarship, then the maximum living cost will be 1,000 Qatari riyal, and this stipend is good enough. You can save, and you can enjoy a good life actually. Any more question? So actually, I also got a lot of questions in my email inbox. So I'm going to talk about those questions and answers until you people start commenting again. So I have one more question. How much can be education and living expenses without scholarship? I would suggest don't come without a scholarship, because if you will come without a scholarship, it is too costly actually. You have to pay for the accommodation, you have to pay for your tickets, you have to pay for the tuition fees. So it will be too costly actually. If I give you example, for example, if you are applying for the masters, then you have to pay around 9800 Qatari Riyal with 80% tuition fee waiver. If you didn't get any scholarship, it is too costly. But I'm talking about, because the people who are living in Qatar, they get the scholarship with actually 80% tuition fees off, and they are only paying 20% fees, and 20% fees is around 9800 Qatari Riyal per semester. And if I talk about accommodation, accommodation is expensive in education city. If you're living on campus, which is around 13,000 for the one bedroom apartment. So it is too costly actually. So it is better that you don't come if you didn't get a scholarship. Otherwise, it is too costly. Session, because of link was not working, and also some people have different time zones. So I will try to answer those questions which I get in my email inbox, so that those person can watch it later on. So we have one other question, that how to reach supervisors. Actually, there's no any requirement to reach the supervisor. As in many universities, you have to get an acceptance letter before applying. If you are applying, then there's no any suggestion that you should reach the supervisors. But it is a good if you are in contact with any supervisor who can supervise you, then you can contact via email. Supervisors and all the teachers who are in the HBKU, their profile is available on HBKU website, and their email is given. You can reach them by sending an email, but it is not compulsory. When I was applying in HBKU, I sent an email to one to two professor, and I got replied that there's no any requirement of acceptance, so you can apply directly on the website. We have another question. Can I apply for PhD because I did masters by TAT course? Yes, you can apply. I saw a few students uh, who are doing PhD, and they did their masters by TAT course. They don't have any research component, but I would suggest you to make your application strong. Try to publish research paper, so that you can get into HBK easily, because getting HBK scholarship is not that much easy as we are thinking. It is too much competitive, but you can try. Means you can apply. Okay. Is Qatar government give us work permit after our masters? What are the job opportunities for graduates of HBK in Qatar job market? Very good question. Actually, yes. After completion of your masters or PhD, they give you a work permit of 1 year, and that duration you can search for the job. Okay. And what are the job opportunities? Yeah. So the job opportunities are good actually. Qatar is very developed country, so there are a lot of job opportunity as well, depending upon your expertise as well. So yes, you can get a job easily if you are trying your best. How a second year university student will take preparation from now for masters second year? So you are talking about your from your question I got that you are the bachelor students and currently you are in your second year, right? If it is right, then depending upon that in which country you want to travel and depending upon your goals, some people want to go for the country in which they get also nationality. So it is off the topic from HBK actually. But I can give you some tips that shortlist the country in which you are interested and make sure what is your goal. You want the nationality or you just want your degree on time, and you want good stipend scholarship or just normal. So there are a few questions which you have to answer and then you have to decide, and then prepare for the IELTS, GRE, and prepare all your documents once you reach in your final year. So these are the some tips. I hope that can help you. So we have another question from my friend. My question is that what would you like to advise to students who want to study abroad? Actually, when I was doing my bachelor's and master, nobody was there to guide me that I should go for the bachelor or master from foreign. But nowadays, I would like to suggest that try to do your bachelor's from foreign. Try your best to do your bachelor's from foreign countries. If you get your bachelor in foreign, then you have a lot of exposure, which can help you a lot. Actually, this is the best advice I can give you for now. We have another question. Please tell me about how I can write a good statement of purpose because I'm a recent graduate and I haven't any kind of job experience. Dear sister, actually, I got your question, which also commented on my YouTube channel, and I pasted one link for the statement of purpose. There's a complete video that how you can write your statement of purpose for HBKU. So again, I'm going to give you the tips. So you have to first visit the web page in which HBKU clearly mentioned that what things you should mention in your statement of purpose. Okay, and it is not necessary that you need to have the job experience to write a statement of purpose. You have to write your story actually, that why you are applying, what is your bachelor's degree program, what research you did, and how it is linked to your master's degree program. So you have to answer all those questions, get it review from your friends, from your teachers, and make sure what is your master's degree program. So you have to answer all those questions, get it review from your friends, from your teachers, and that's it. We have another question. I applied for the Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering. Please, do they offer full scholarship for the bachelor's? Actually, I'm going to share you the link actually, where you can read the policy of the HPKU scholarship, and there is a and different scholarship for the bachelor's degree program. I am going to paste a link for you. You can read this document in which they clearly mention about the type of scholarship which they can offer to the bachelor's degree. So there's a 50% off, and if I am not wrong, 80% off, something like that. But it's not fully funded actually. So you can read the document and you can get your answer properly, because I'm not familiar with the bachelor's exactly, but you can read this document to get your answer. We have another question. If the scholarship cover only 70% of the tuition, how the rest can be paid. Yeah, actually, it depends upon the college. There are different colleges. Some colleges are offering 70% tuition fees waiver, and you have to pay 30% tuition fee waiver. I am from the College of Science and Engineering, and I am paying 20% fees. 80% is off. So how you can pay that one? You will get the stipend from where you have to pay 30% remaining, and you can also do part-time job on campus, and from where you can earn around 1000 to 1500 Qatari riyal, which you can utilize to pay your remaining 30% fees. Okay. Sultan Bhai, kindly mention link of SOP video here in chat. Yeah, I am going to paste the link of that video here. Thank you. We have another question. Do we also have to apply for Qatar visa after applying for scholarship? Yes, good question. Actually, why I like HBK scholarship process? It is very easy and smooth process. Now I am going to repeat the process. Once you apply for admission, you will get an email whether you are accepted. No, after submitting application, you will get an email for interview or rejection email. If you get an interview email, you have to appear in the interview. Once you're done with the interview, after some time they will send acceptance letter if you get accepted, or if you get rejected after interview as well. Okay, in acceptance email they will send you the scholarship link for the submitting the scholarship form. I already made one video on it. So it is a very simple form. You don't have to upload any documents. You have to just fill that form. After filling that form, you don't have to do anything. You will get the response within 1 or half month, something like that. After getting the scholarship letter, they will mention that what type of scholarships offered to you, and it will be mentioned in that scholarship letter that how you will now apply for the visa. So to apply for the visa, you have to send your documents to the college assistant. It will be mentioned in your email. You have to send your documents to the college assistant, including your passport size picture, and your medical reports. These are the few documents which you need to apply for the visa. You don't need to apply for visa by yourself. You have to send the documents to the college. Once you send the documents, they will apply for the visa for yourself. And once they get your visa, they will send you visa by an email, and they will ask you that what date you want to travel. Then you have to tell your travel dates, and they will send you that ticket as well. So this is the process how it goes actually. So we have another question. Sultan brother, I have done masters in civil engineering and I wanted to get PhD scholarship. What are the requirements? Dear brother Mohsin, complete requirements are given in my video, but I'm going to tell you in the shortly. So requirements are, if you are applying for the PhD, GR is a compulsory. And for the civil engineering, you can only apply for sustainable environment as well as a sustainable energy. You can apply for other programs, but these are the two programs which are relevant to the civil engineering. I'm also the civil engineer and I'm doing PhD in sustainable environment. So you can go for the sustainable environment, and then you need a statement of purpose. You need 3 recommendation letters. You need GRE. You need the online application form, and then you don't need IELTS. IELTS is not compulsory, but you can submit the English proficiency letter, and your CV, yeah, transcript for your bachelor's and master degree. These are the required documents for this scholarship. So we have another question. If I want to apply for MSc in CHLS, do I need to have publication during my BSc? No, there's no any requirement for the publication. But if you have the publication, it is a plus point for you. But there's no any requirement. We have another question. What are the tips for getting the scholarship, a good IELTS score or a GRE, anything else? Yes, for HBKU, you need a good GRE score. They mostly prefer the GRE score of 150 plus in quantitative section. They don't focus on the verbal or analytical, but the main focus is quantitative. section. Okay, and there's no any requirements for IELTS. As I would say that it is not compulsory, but if you have IELTS, it is a plus point. But GR is a compulsory. So we have another question from my friend. Is there business administration department in HBKU? Not exactly business administration, but you can apply in supply chain management. Supply chain management is related to the business administration, I believe. So you can apply for PhD in supply chain management. Again, you need GRE and all other documents as I mentioned. So any other question? So I'm going to answer the questions which I get in my email inbox. Actually, okay, I got one question. How is the student life at HBKU, especially Pakistani students? I would say luxury life. Only one thing which you can't get in Qatar, nationality. Otherwise, everything you get here in Qatar, especially in HBKU scholarship, it is very good opportunity. So I would suggest must apply. Dear Faraz, I didn't get your question. Finance or economics? Can you please repeat your question? Dear Mohsen, the last date to submit the application for the international applicants is 1st February 2023. So you have around 2 months. You can submit your application. But I would suggest try to submit the application as soon as possible. But the deadline to submit the application is the 1st February 2023. They don't have the finance or economics, but they have the College of Public Policy, but I don't think so. They have the finance or economics, but I would suggest you can check the website in detail. But I don't think so. They don't have a finance or economics. So some people are asking me regarding that how much percentage are of getting acceptance. What are the chances of getting acceptance in HBKU? So there is no any answer to this question. It's also the really difficult question because it depends upon the college funding and professor funding. Dear Mohsen, I am studying in HBKU, Hamad Bin Khalifa University, Qatar, about which I am talking right now. Dear sister is okay. No, IELTS is not necessary. Actually, as I mentioned, if you have IELTS, it is a plus point for you, but it is not compulsory actually. You can submit the English proficiency letter, but it is not compulsory to submit the IELTS as GR is compulsory for PhD, but IELTS is not compulsory. But if you have, it is a plus point, but you must submit the English proficiency letter. Any other question? Yeah, let me answer one question that many people are also confused about grading scale because it is one of the required document when you are going to submit your application. Grading scale is the scale which is normally shown on the back side of your transcript. So I done my bachelor's and master from Iran University. So they printed grading scale on the back side of your transcript. But many universities don't. So you have to request your university to give you the grading scale certificate, or you can find the grading scale in the prospectus of your university. Okay. So dear Mohsen is asking English proficiency certificate for masters and bachelors both. Um, if you are no, if you are applying for the PhD motion, then you have to submit the English proficiency letter for the masters because your last degree is the masters. So you have to submit the English proficiency letter for your master's degree. You don't need to submit the two English proficiency letters. How much amount you should have when you go to Qatar? Good question. Actually, again, I would say HPK scholarship is also good in that sense, because many scholarship in other countries, when you get a scholarship, you have to pay around 2 to 3 lakhs. You have to arrange a ticket, and you have to go with some funds. But here you need some funds, because once you came to Qatar, you will get your stipend after 1 to 2 months, because you need to apply for your QID. Once you get your QID, you can apply for account opening, etc. So these documents take around 1 to 2 months. So you must have around, I would say, uh, 2000 Qatari Riyal will be fine, which is around 120 lakh PKR if you are from Pakistan. Otherwise, you can convert 2000 Qatari Riyal into your country currency. So we have another question. Last question. Do you think I can live in good lifestyle if I got acceptance of the scholarship and saving money if I want focus in research and study only without thinking in part-time work? Yes, of course, you can still live a luxury life. You don't need to do a part-time job, because from part-time job you can only pay your 20% or 30% tuition fees, but you can still live a luxury life with saving money. So we have another question from Afaq. Can person having the disease of epilepsy can get a scholarship at HBKU? Afaq, can you please, actually, I am not aware of this disease. I'm not sure about this right now. I can confirm it later on. Once I came to know about this disease, okay? So kindly pop up after this session via social media. I will try to answer you. I have done B electronic engineering. What field do you suggest for me to pursue in HBKU? For you, I would suggest computer engineering, because computer engineering has a lot of scope nowadays. So I would suggest you computer science and engineering will be better option for you. I'm Mansoor Ali and I have done B electronic engineering. What field you suggest? Yeah, I already answer your question. Computer engineering will be suitable for you. We have another question. Any admission fee that we have to pay when after getting a scholarship? Yes, actually, thank you for raising this question, because it is very uh, good to know that whether you have to pay any fees or what. So, but the good thing is that you have to pay that fees once you get acceptance letter. Once you get acceptance letter, they will ask you to pay 350 Qatari Riyal. So why they ask you to pay that fees? 350 Qatari is not that much amount. It is very less amount, around 15,000, something like that. You can convert it. So they ask you to submit this fees because they want confirmation from you whether you are really interested to come and join HBKU, or you are just applying. So once you pay that fees, you will actually confirming your enrollment in HBKU. So you have to pay around 350 Qatari Riyal after getting acceptance letter. So some people are asking regarding me the attestation of degrees transcripts. So there is no any requirement for the attestation of degrees or transcript right now from Higher Education Commission. Uh, Even though you can come without their attestation, but I would suggest to those students who are planning to bring their family, they should attest their degrees from HEC, from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and from Qatar Embassy. If you are coming for PhD, then I would suggest you must do the attestation of your master's degree to bring your family, because these are the certain documents which you will need when you are applying for your family visa. So if you are planning to bring your family, must attest the documents from the authorities as I mentioned you. So I also get question regarding the family visa. So for family visa, you need the marriage certificate, which must be attested by the MOFA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the Qatar Embassy. You need your wife passport. Your if you have kids, you need passport of your kids as well, and you need your highest degree attestation, as I mentioned, master's degree as well as a transcript from the MOFA as well as the Qatar Embassy. Then you have to submit those documents to the assistant of your college. They will provide you one NOC, and then you can apply for your family visa online. There's a one app called Metrash. You have to upload all those documents and you can apply for your family visa. We have another question from Hera. So hostel are allotted instantly or we have to wait for 2 months? No, 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 no. Once you get acceptance letter, once you get scholarship letter, uh, you have to apply for the hostel actually. They will also send you the link where you have to submit the application. And regarding the allotment, it will located by them. You can't decide that you need one bedroom apartment, you need two bedroom apartment. They have to decide. You have to just submit your application and they will decide at which apartment they are going to give you. But when you are going to submit your application, you have to pay 2000 Qatari Riyal as an advance. Once you leave, once you complete your studies, they will give you back your 2000 Qatari Riyal. Okay. So you also need this amount actually. You need some amount to carry over in Qatar. You need some amount to submit for the hostel advance actually. So this is how it works actually. We have another question. 8 CGPA less than 2.5. Can I get admission in HBKU scholarship? Actually, my dear friend, sorry to say, but their requirement is CGPA of 3. And they prefer students having higher than 3 actually. But I would not discourage you, but I would suggest you must apply. There's no any harm to apply. You must apply, and I would suggest you to make your profile strong. What do you mean by make your profile strong? Get the good recommendation letter, give the IELTS, give the GRE, write the strong personal statement, and then just apply because there's no any fees while applying. So you must apply and let's try. Maybe you get admission. But on the website it is mentioned that CGPA required is a 3. Okay. Is GRE necessary because only 1 month is left? Dear Mosan, yes, GR is compulsory. It is written on their website. But 1 month is more than enough because uh, because when I was applying, I don't have enough time. So they mostly focus on the quantitative section. Don't focus on English section because it is really difficult. So I'm suggesting those tips to you. Just focus on your quantitative, which is a math section, and try to get a score of 150 plus. And another thing which I would like to share. Sometimes the admission committee sent you an email that your GRE is missing. Kindly provide us the GRE score. So it happens at sometimes, but normally what they do, they just reject your application if you don't have the GRE score. So I would suggest go for the GRE and then submit the application. If you are unable to go for the GRE, at least submit your application and try your luck. So in total, we should have 5,000 Qatari Riyal. Yes, I would say yes. 5,000 Qatari Riyal will be enough. 2,000 for your hostel advance, and 3,000 will be enough to live until you get your stipend. Is there any requirement of recommendation letter for master degree? Yes, recommendation letter is required for masters as well as a PhD. You have to submit the recommendation letter, and recommendation letter is one of the strongest point with the help of which you can get admission or you will not get the admission because they consider recommendation letter as one of the most important components, so you need recommendation letters. If a person don't have a surname, then what should they do during online application form? They don't have the surname, then just leave it blank. If they don't have the surname on your documents, I would say then you can leave it blank. Um, r- I also uploaded one video on the how to submit your recommendation letter. Actually, yeah, your referee have to submit, but I believe it will be Word or PDF format. They can upload in any format, but I'm not sure actually because they are the one who are going to upload those. But it will be clear when they are going to submit the recommendation letter on your behalf. So I believe that it will be acceptable in both formats, PDF as well as a Word. Many students are also facing issue when they are going to create their account on the website. So it is really easy. There are option for create an account, and if you forget your username and password, then just create another username and password and apply on it actually. Okay. And another thing, once you submit your application, you are unable to open your application. It will be disappear. You are unable to open your application, so keep this thing in your mind. We have another question. Is the interview online? Yes, interview is online and it comprises of the committee. It again depends upon the college as well as the professors. For me, I gave an interview to the professor alone, and he was alone only. Nobody was there in the interview. But for a few students, it is a committee actually comprises of 3 to 4 professors. My referee asked me to send the picture of recommendation letter and then he will upload the image in PDF format. Is it acceptable? Yes, you can send the PDF, not the. He'll upload the image in PDF format. Yeah, you can send the your recommendation letter in PDF, and he will upload on your behalf. It is fine, but he has to upload from his account. Actually, this is the main thing. Um, does they provide full scholarship? Actually, not really. Depends. For some colleges, what they do actually they provide 100% scholarship, and in that case they have the low stipend. And if I talk about my college, College of Science and Engineering, they are giving the 80% tuition fees waiver, and we have to pay 20% fees. 20% fees, which we have to pay from our stipend. And in that case, the stipend we got is higher than those person who are getting 100% scholarship. So in short, it is fully funded actually, but they are giving them as 20% fees you have to pay. Why they put this requirement 20% fees? Because many people who want to apply for their family visa, uh, they need to have the enough salary so that they can apply, because there is a certain requirement for visa if anybody is applying for his or her family. So that's why. However, it is not fully funded for all. Sometimes they are giving 70%, sometimes they are giving 80%, and for some students they are not giving any scholarship. So it depends actually. Any other question? Sultan brother, how much money you are saving after paying the remaining 20% of the fees? It depends again. It depends actually. If you are masters or PhD, so you have to pay the 20% fees, which is around 9100 Qatari riyal, and then deduct your food cost, and depending upon how you are living your life. So around, I can say that one person can save around 2 to 3 thousand per month, depends upon the living style actually. After paying the 20% tuition fee, after deducting the food cost, etc. Europass CV format is acceptable or not? Yes, because there is no any requirement for the CV. Whatever you want to submit, but make sure it is clear. It indicates your profile correctly. However, there is no any format. You can go with the Europass CV format as well. However, I also shared one CV template on my YouTube channel, so you can use that one as well. However, there's no any format. You can go with any format. Does the scholarship cover visa, tuition, accommodation, and flight for bachelor's degree? Uh, yes, sister. Actually, I'm not sure about the bachelor's degree, because normally this university is research-based university, which is only focusing on masters as well as a PhD. They only offer bachelor degree in computer science and engineering. And I already shared the link in which you can read the scholarship policy for the bachelor's degree. I'm going to share that link again for you so that you can read it. But I can say in short that it is not fully funded for the bachelor's actually. They have to pay some tuition fees, and means there are a lot of things which you have to look at. But there are other universities in education city, which are the American universities campuses. I would suggest you can also look at those university and apply there as well. But you must also apply in HBKU without thinking about funding, etc. Once you get acceptance, then you can go with the fellow actually. Sultan Bhai, I have sent you a message on social media. Unfortunately, you haven't checked it yet. Kindly contact with me. Actually, issues dead, brother. I got a lot of messages on social media, and I am unable to respond to all actually, because I'm really busy nowadays, and it is really difficult to answer each and everyone. That's why I conduct this live session so that I can help you. If you have any other question, actually just comment on my YouTube channel. I will try to answer it very fast. But if you are try to contact with me on social media, it is really difficult for me to answer all those questions. But I will try my best. Okay. And one thing, please, do they teach all courses in English? Yes, of course. The faculties from the different countries, including UK, New Zealand, Europe, Qatari as well, Saudi, Australia. So they have the foreign faculty, and all courses are in English. Actually, it is not like in China. Then some courses you have to learn Chinese first, and then you have to go for the courses. No, it's not like that. All courses are in English. But in the College of Islamic Studies, if some people are going for the Arabic, they can go for the Arabic as well. But it is in English actually. Please explain about graduation statement. Can you please repeat the question? If I'm not wrong, are you talking about the personal statement? Okay, okay, I got your question. You are talking about the graduation statement. Actually, it is for those who still didn't complete their masters or bachelor's degree, and they are going to apply for the master's degree or PhD degree. So then they have to provide one graduation statement from their college stating that this is to, for example, Rajul Karim is our student, and he's going to graduate by the end of this month, something like that. It is called a graduation statement. But it is not for those who already completed their study and they are applying for the HBK scholarship. They don't need this statement actually. I hope I answered this question. So please, sir, send me the link of other university that covers everything for bachelor's degree. I'm just going to send you the names. You can just Google it. You can find the links. I'm going to send the names of those university. Sultan Bhai, actually, I have done my bachelor's degree from IBS Sakkar. I want you to have a look into my SOP. Okay, I will try my best to review your SOP. If I get time, I will try my best to review your SOP, inshallah. I heard that it is really difficult to get a scholarship at HBKU for masters. They usually provide scholarship for PhD. Somehow it is true because mostly they have the funded projects and they want the students who can complete their degree after 4 years rather than the 2 years. But don't discourage. Must apply and see how it is going actually. But of course, everywhere there are a lot of scholarships for PhD as compared to the master's degree program. But you don't have to discourage. You must apply. I'm also going to paste the link of that playlist regarding HBK in which I showed my accommodation. I talked about the personal statement, etc. I'm going to share the link of playlist in the chat. You can check at any time. I just pasted the link regarding the playlist as I mentioned, and I'm going to paste the website of the university as there are few new students. So you can check the website of HBKU. And what I have to paste more, the documents required for family visa. I'm also going to paste those document list. So we have 5 more minutes. If you have another question, kindly let me know. We are going to end the session after 5 minutes. So we have question for MS in logistics and supply chain management. I didn't found the option for submitting recommendation letter. Could you please inform this one? Yes, you are true actually. For some programs, they didn't find any information on the recommendation letter. But I will confirm whether it is showing on the website or not. I will let you know later on. But I would suggest that you should contact your professor and let them know that you are applying for the scholarship and you are going to write their names as a referee. In case if you submit your application and then they will ask you that we need the recommendation letter from your site. So it is better you should contact your professor and let them know and apply. And if you get a link at the end regarding recommendation letter, go for the recommendation letter. Otherwise, leave it. For some time, it also happens that they need recommendation letter after giving you the acceptance letter. So sometimes it happens as well. So keep those things in your mind. Any other university in Qatar that provides fully funded scholarship for science students? The names I already wrote in the chat box. You can check. These are the different universities, which are the actually American universities campuses. Um, they are not giving the fully funded actually as HBKU, but it is actually they are giving a scholarship actually. You can try as well. I have one question in my inbox actually. The student is asking regarding the how many programs he or she can apply. So one student can apply for two programs. Okay, and regarding the interview tips, actually there are. I'm going to answer this shortly regarding the interview tips because I have one question here. If they don't give master's admission, then why they announced a scholarship for master's student? Because they are wasting students' time. No, I didn't say that they are not going to give the master's scholarship. Don't get it wrong. Uh, Scholarships are there, but they are limited. Okay. Don't say that they are not giving the scholarship. They are wasting the students' time. It is not like that. Scholarships are there, but limited. They will give those limited scholarship to the competitive students. It is not like that they are not giving a scholarship, and it is clearly written on the website when you are going to apply for the admission that funding will be discussed with the students who get admitted in the college. So for you, first step is to get the admission, then funding. Okay, so don't get it wrong. Scholarships are there, but limited for the masters. Okay, so try your luck, do your best, and apply. An application process, how? I didn't get you. Can you please repeat the question? I have one more question. Hello, sir. I have applied for the computer science and engineering. I have 3.1 CGPA in my MS in computer science from FAST. What are my chances of getting a fully funded scholarship in the university? This is also one of the most frequent question I get from the students regarding the how much chances. Actually, nobody can tell you about the chances. Again, it depends upon the funding available at the college and funding available to the professor. But you have 3.1 CGPA, you have computer science. So actually, I can't tell you the percentage. I don't want to say that 90% or 80%. It depends upon many factors actually. So you submitted your application. Now I would suggest try to submit your application in other university as well and see how it is going for the HPKU and other university. Good luck. After application, how will be scholarship offered for a student? I told all the procedure. After application, you will get email for interview or rejection email. After interview, you get the scholarship letter, and then in scholarship letter they will tell you that what type of benefits will you will get during your scholarship, and then you will ask you to submit your document for the visa process, etc. So that's it. We are about to reach 1 hour. If you have another question, I'm going to take only one last question, and then we are going to end this session. Thank you all for joining this session. Whenever you have a question, kindly comment on the YouTube channel, YouTube video. I try to answer those questions very fast because sometimes you people send me messages in the message request, which I never checked. So try to comment on the YouTube video so that I can answer your question as soon as possible. And good luck, don't get deserted. Apply for many scholarship as you can and see how it is going. Don't worry about the consequence that if I apply this whether I will get or not. Don't worry about it, just do your best, apply, put 100% of your efforts in that application and see how it is going. And don't only rely on HBKU or any other university. Apply as much as you can. Okay. So that's it from my side. So I have one other question. Can we apply with a spouse? Uh, I didn't get your question actually, but whatever, I think you mean that you want to bring your family with yourself, or you and your wife want to apply at the same time. So can you please clear this question? But you can bring your wife later on once you came here, because you have to get your QID and other documents before you bring your family. You can repeat your question. I will try to answer you. Otherwise, we are going to end the session soon. Okay, so let's end the session here. If you have any other question, you can just comment on the video. After finishing this session, I will try to answer you as well. So take care of self and good luck. A deadline is 1st February 2023, but try to apply as soon as possible and try to make your SOP strong as well as get the good recommendation letter. Make your CV good, not in the old format, not with the tables and figures, just with a good format. And that's it. Thank you so much. Inshallah, see you in the next session soon.